Hello, I am Claire Wieses coming to you from New York City. I am here to talk about Memory, One Kind of Time by Kathy Acker. Like many of you, I found this piece confusing. My initial reading of this piece basically boiled down to story that randomly opens with a weird outdoor masturbation scene, no characters have names, this prince character liked to fuck a lot and never experienced love. After meditating on this story for a little while and rereading it, I've come to some conclusions that I would like to talk about. The first thing I would like to talk about is the repetition of words in this piece. The first thing that stood out to me is how many times the phrase sexual desire is repeated. It sticks out like a sore thumb because it's such a clunky, unnatural phrase. In reality, it's only used 7 times. And that fits with my first impressions of this piece, all about sex, strangely clunky and strangely graphic in places, with its phrases such as cockless thighs, cunt hairs, and he likes to fuck so much. When I was scanning this piece to count how many times the phrase sexual desire is used, I also counted how many times the word love is used. It turns out the word love is used 23 times, and this leads me to believe that is what this piece is really about. The second thing I noticed is that the word love is used many times in 1 or 2 paragraphs and then not again for multiple pages. That is, as we progress through the story, the language that is used for desire changes. When the prince first sees and looks at the mayor's daughter, the word he uses to label his feelings is desire. This fits well with the prince's early characterization because his desire is neither pure nor completely carnal. However, it is immature and mostly unrealized. Slightly after the prince talks with Sissio, the prince talks to himself about the mayor's daughter, and this is where he first starts to use the word love. Here, the love is not sexless and pure as it is when the prince is dying, and I can tell that because the prince describes a black dress all rumpled up into the sofa. And it is not mere sexual desire as the prince has for many, many women and mistresses later in life. I can tell that because the prince seems to want to make the mayor's daughter's life as good as possible, in as unselfish a way as possible, and he believes that the way to do this is to arrange for her to marry his nephew, Tancredi, at the expense of his own feelings. After seeing Tancredi and the mayor's daughter together, the prince becomes disgusted with it. He realizes that he will spend the rest of his days wanting what he cannot have, but he also declares that he refuses to give up his love for her. He is angry and leaves her. He says that I can't talk, it hurts so much. Sexual desire dumbs, sexual desire stops. This is where the prince decides that he should drown the fact that his love for the mayor's daughter will never be reciprocated in sex. He believes that if he can get sexual pleasure from other sources, that he will be able to go on without the mayor's daughter. He realizes that when the mayor's daughter is with Tancredi, the person that he loved might as well be dead because Tancredi completely controls her. The word love does not appear for several pages after this. We find out that the prince then lived a life with many mistresses and that he discards them all after sleeping with them. He doesn't receive love from these women, only sexual pleasure, and once his brief lust for them has passed, he can no longer find them beautiful. Going through this process with so many women has soured him to sexual desire whatsoever, but his lack of fulfillment in terms of love remains. He still thinks that Tancredi's fiancée, that is, the mayor's daughter before she was wed, is beautiful. Later, when the prince is lying on his deathbed, he thinks about love again. He says that is what he wanted most and what he still wants most. He says that the sexual component has disappeared and all that is left is pure love. Thusly, the prince's desire evolved from his initial feelings of immature desire to a love both sexually driven but also not dependent on sex, to unfulfilled love drowned in sexual desire, to finally, as he is dying, his unfulfilled love trumps all his other feelings of desire, and his sexual desire is completely gone, and the language used to label the prince's desire reflects these changes. And that's what I have to say about this piece. Thank you for watching.